Mr. Henry Kwek.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, I rise in support of this bill. First off, on behalf of foster parents, I would like to thank MSF for allowing foster parents to benefit from childcare leave. This is something that many in the VW space, including myself, have asked for. Second, over the years, we are aware of the good progress that MSF and our VWOs have made to resource our homes that serve our vulnerable children and youth. As such, I would like MSF to comment on the current state of affairs. Can MSF share on the progress made? On average, how many of our children are currently based in home-based care, such as government and VWO-based orphanage, as well as the boys and girls home? Have we seen a decrease over the years? Most of us will agree that family-based care is a better model compared to a home-based care for child and youth, as long as the foster or adopted parents have the means and the care and concern for them. Therefore, can MSF share whether we have been able to put more of these children and youth into family-based care situations, such as through adopted and foster parents? Thirdly, can MSF share on how we can encourage more people to move forward as foster parents? I understand there's a certain number of Singaporeans who want to adopt children. Is there a room for us to encourage them to consider fostering instead? Next, is there a way for us to streamline the adoption process so as to reduce the cost of adoption? For the needy, there's of course the free legal aid. But adoption costs goes into thousands of dollars, and this is a big cost to the sandwich class who are trying to adopt or adopt. And on the ground, I see some cases of grandparents from the sandwich class who want to adopt their grandchildren because the parents are not available or able to provide care, and the legal cost of adoption takes precious resources away from the grandparents. Lastly, under CYPA, we have expanded on the definition of emotional harm to include danger to oneself or to other person and severely withdrawn, anxious or depressed. I welcome this move. In this context, there's one particular group of children and youth I would like to talk about, those with extreme online addiction that has handicapped their ability to cope with life. On the ground, I've seen a few of these cases who suffered such situations. Recently, I had a distressed parent coming in regarding this person's son who has suffered severe online addiction issues. The secondary school youth has stopped going to school, has gone beyond parental control, and has started exhibiting violent behavior. The youth school and parents were not able to persuade this youth to go back to school. Yet, because this youth has not committed a crime or has not yet done something that is deemed as traditionally high risk, the mandatory intervention mechanisms could not kick in. So now, in this case, for this resident, what I did was we brought in a volunteer who was a game developer, and we tried to go in and persuade this person that if he likes to game, maybe he can be a game developer one day, and then from then on, we try to encourage him to go back to school. We're making some progress, but I would like to see whether there's a systematic way we can deal with this emerging issue. Therefore, I hope that MSF and the Compulsory Education Unit within MOE can work together to explore whether in extreme and only extreme circumstances can we put the children and our youth into mandatory therapy to deal with this online addiction. In all likelihood, the online addiction may be rooted on or compounded by other behaviors, emotional or even mental issues. But a mandatory therapy will give us the chance to diagnose the situation and do the necessary course-correction. One may argue that this may not constitute as severe self-harm in the traditional sense, but in this day and age, if a children or young person is not even able to complete their basic education due to online addiction, in my view, he or her future will be seriously compromised. In conclusion, based on the feedback that I've heard from various VWO, this bill is progressive and balanced. I would also like to thank MSF and the officers from the various VWOs for their tireless work to care for our vulnerable children and youth. With that, I support the bill.